Peace and love. It's good to see you again. I hope all is well. I decided to come on and do a weekly goddess reading using the Wild and Sacred Feminine deck by Nikki DeWard and Elizabeth Marglin. And I have an unboxing of this on my channel if you're interested in all the cards. Let's get started. I hope you're doing well. I hope your week is off to a beautiful start. This is timeless though, so whenever you come across this reading, it could be a message in here for you. So let's go ahead and get started. Give thanks to you for being here with me. I'm thankful for all of you who have joined the channel. Thank you so much. It means a lot to me as I'm trying to turn this into like a family affair. And then also to the ones who stayed while I was gone those months. And that's kind of how I do with this channel. If spiritually I'm not, if my energy is heavy, or if I'm going through a lot, or if I have a lot of outside obligations, then I have to take a little bit of a break. Because I only can come on here when I feel spiritually renewed and fresh. But I want to give you positive messages. It doesn't have to be positive, but I want to be in a good frame of mind. And I want to be able to access my, my gifts properly. All right, so thank you, Spirit. Another day on this planet. Most High, thank you. Angels, thank you for your continuous guidance. Ancestors, thank you. What message do you have for us today as we head into the week? Focusing on the goddess energy, the feminine energy. Focusing on our healing, bringing an abundance into our lives. What messages do you have for us? All right, let's see what we got. And I usually just until I feel good. The cards normally tell me where they want to land. I can feel it in my hands. All right, let's see. We'll pull two. So dear, gentleness. That's a beautiful energy. And Inanna, wholeness. And on the back we had Oshun with harmony. And just one crystal card as well. So right off the bat, Spirit is asking us to be gentle with ourselves, right? We're bringing harmony into our lives. And so some of us, we could have been out of balance for a bit. And so Spirit is saying we're coming back into balance, or it's time to get back into balance and bring a greater sense of harmony into your life. Once you bring that harmony into your life by nourishing yourself, caring for yourself properly, you bring a sense of wholeness here. Let's see. And she's holding the sun and the moon in her hands. The sun in one hand and the moon in the other. The crescent moon. I'm going to look at her really quickly. Let's see. She could have the full and the crescent in her hand, which would indicate that things take time. That's always a cyclical energy to me too. So just be patient as things are changing, and that things are changing for you, and that you're going through the rhythms of life. Also with the sun and the moon, that's a balancing of the masculine and feminine, balancing the self. Let's take a look at her though. I'm going to read that card for us. Expanded awareness, right? And manifestation on the bottom. So we're in a period of expanded awareness, or we're moving into it. And so we need to come into this gentleness and this energy of wholeness in order to experience this expanded awareness. When we're going through periods of expansion, those energies tend to be a little bit, they can be difficult. They're not it's not a cakewalk, right? And so we need to prepare the mind, we need to prepare the spiritual body for those transitions. And so Spirit is saying that even though we're continuously going through transitions, even though we're continuously expanding our awareness, we have to remain kind, and we have to give ourselves grace and be gentle with ourselves during those periods, right? No harsh talk, harsh speech. Removing yourself from harsh conditions if you can. From those who would plant seeds of self-doubt. We need to remove ourselves from those things if we can. From energies and environments that continue to deplete and drain us. There's no way to get to wholeness with those energies if we're constantly being depleted. And so Spirit is saying that not only do we need to be gentle with ourselves, but we need to be gentle with our environments. We need to be gentle with not only the speech that we give ourselves, but the speech that other people give us too. So it's making sure that we're surrounding ourselves with those who love and care for us. It's a powerful energy, this expanded awareness. Bringing the body into balance, bringing the spirit into balance, moving into a period of harmony here. Underneath it, we have Lakshmi with the abundance card. So we see this card a lot on this channel. Abundance of the self, knowing the self, executing life in the self, moving with purpose, moving with strength, honoring the body, honoring the ancestors, honoring the path, honoring and understanding the difficulties moving forward past those, right? So abundance is shown to us in many different ways. It's not just one thing. Of course, we want physical abundance, but physical abundance comes in health as well. Waking up each morning, having the ability to see and to hear, having the ability to create, right? And so these things are abundance, and we start looking at abundance just on those smaller, which actually the larger things in life. We flipped it. We've made the small things the large things, and the large things the small things. And so we can flip it and get back to I'm up, I'm alive. That's the biggest thing. That's the biggest gift that could be given. It's more important than any amount of money that you can give. Because if you're in a grave, what can you do with it? So here's the thing. Nourishing ourselves, nourishing our bodies with what we're putting into it, what we're eating. And that's one thing that I'm working on too. I love sweets. And so nothing wrong with sweets in moderation, but caring for the vessel. So I'm going to look up this wholeness card, and we'll end on that note. But give me a moment. Let me see. Can I find it? I just want to make sure that we catch all the meanings. And this is a beautiful book too. Some books I love to read. I might do a video on that, on decks that have beautiful books with them, with wonderful writing. So wholeness, the shadow for this card is denial. I circle around God. I've been circling for thousands of years, and I still don't know. Am I a falcon, a storm, or a great song? That's Rainer Maria Rilke. Apologize if I've mispronounced that, but the heart is in the right place. All right. The Sumerian goddess Inanna reigned supreme as queen of heaven and earth. For thousands of years, worshippers adorned her statues and lapis lazuli and praised her in sweeping grandeur as amazement of the land, light of the world, and loud thundering storm. As the great goddess who personifies the generative power, cosmic power that manifests in everything from abundant harvest and devastating floods to sexual love and starry brilliance. Inanna mirrors your own dynamic wholeness, day and night, life and death, virgin and seductress. She proclaims that you are all things and invites you on a journey to know thyself. Inanna's medicine lives in her story, a daring tale in which she descends into darkness to visit her mourning sister, Ershkigal, queen of the underworld. On her way to the great below, Inanna is stripped of robe and crown, pride and power. Arriving naked and humbled, she is cursed and hung on a hook. After 3 days, the gods intervene, sending winged messengers who offer compassion to the mistress of death, and in return, Inanna is released to them. Once revived, she recovers her regalia and divine powers. She returns home to complete this mythic ritual of reclamation and rebirth. Diving unafraid into the netherworld, Inanna faces terror, sacrifice, and death at the hand of her sister, who can be seen as Inanna's shadow self. Her story teaches that to fully inhabit your inherent wholeness, no aspect of yourself can be relegated to the shadow. Any fears or desires you reject as undesirable move into the unconscious, where they can strip you of your sovereignty and sabotage your gifts. Instead, divest yourself of ego trappings and turn with compassion towards your shadow. Peer into the darkness, underground part of yourself to meet an ally that can contrast balance and even expand your radiance. Vast like the universe, you contain both mystery and majesty. Resurrect yourself in wholeness, says Inanna, knowing true power coalesces around the integration of dark and light. Beautiful. I couldn't have said it any better than this. This book is phenomenal. This deck is beautiful. I love a creator and an artist. The artistry is wonderful, but a creator that really takes time to understand the goddess energy, understand the feminine energy, and not just writing from a superficial standpoint, but writing from a place of higher intelligence, writing from a place where they're channeling the energies of the goddess and offering valuable insight. That was beautiful. Wholeness, honoring the dark and the light. I have videos, one in particular that deals with the shadow, but how important it is to have understanding of that shadow side, knowing that it's with us, right? Not denying it and finding ways to let it be a part of us comfortably, not relying on it. That tends to be where the issue comes, where we rely on that shadow side when we're pushing through and not giving way to the light energy. Sometimes the shadow is a harsh energy, and it can be easy. Sometimes, strangely so, we can access that easier because it gives us some type of instant gratification, even if it comes in the form of pain and discomfort and feeling a negative way about ourselves. And some people operate positively in the shadow. They feel nothing about it, and that's concerning as well. But we want to pull on the light, right? And so we want to move into wholeness, but we don't want to negate those parts of ourselves. They are part of us. They're who we are. And so that's a beautiful energy. And it's also important. That's that expanded awareness too. Expanded awareness of who you are, the light and the dark. Knowing yourself fully. Knowing those parts of yourself fully. When you know those parts of yourself, only then can you operate in your full power. The light and the dark, with the moon and the sun, the crescent and the full moon, with the cycles of life and the rhythms of nature. And just continue to be gentle. All right. Beautiful reading. Beautiful cards. Like I said, this is a wonderful deck. But hope you enjoyed it and were able to get something from it. And I'll see you next time. Peace.